Dramatic, controversial and unforgettable, Manchester United's trip to Tottenham ended 2-2, but it wasn't just the late goals that have everyone talking. Fans poured onto social media to blast manager Ruben Amorim for a choice they believe cost United victory. Tonight we unpack the game, the decision, the reaction, and what it means for the season ahead. The match itself had everything. An open, tense battle at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium saw both sides trade blows. Tottenham looked poised to snatch it late when Mathis Tel levelled the scores, and then, in stoppage time, Richarlison's header seemed to have won it for Spurs. But this game had one more twist. Matthijs de Ligt's thunderous 96th minute header rescued a point, forcing the final scoreline to read 2-2. From a league table perspective, the result left both teams on 18 points from 11 games, with Spurs edging United on goal difference. For Manchester United, the draw extended a pattern of frustration in this particular fixture, a rivalry that has produced mixed results and painful memories for the Red Devils. The post-match fury focused on one tactical move, Amorim's decision to deploy Mbeumo on the left side. Fans argued this was a misplacement that disrupted United's attacking balance. Instead of letting Mbeumo operate in the half spaces on the right, where he's most dangerous, Amorim asked him to function on the left. On the right, Matheus Cunha occupied positions that changed the team's dynamics. And Benjamin Sesko, who had been in the conversation for a starting slot, remained on the bench. To many supporters, these shifts weren't minor tweaks, they were choices that diluted attacking combinations and allowed Tottenham to exploit seams late in the game. Social media exploded. Supporters vented, critiqued, and mocked the tactical plan. A recurring theme in the messages was simple: why play Mbeumo on the left? One fan said Amorim had overthought it, arguing that Mbeumo's strengths, inside runs and timing, were neutered on the opposite flank. Another user demanded answers: what was Mbeumo still doing on the left-hand side? A different voice blamed the coaching choices and called for better squad quality in depth. Some fans were blunt, labeling the selection Amorim's worst performance of the season. Others were slightly more measured, acknowledging the late rescue by de Ligt but insisting the manager's gamble made victory far less likely. Collectively, the online reaction painted a picture of frustration, confusion, and a demand for clearer tactical identity. To understand the outrage, we need to break down what the tactical switch actually did. Mbeumo thrives on attacking half spaces, exploiting pockets between fullback and centre-back to combine with the striker and arriving midfield runners. On the left, he's forced to cut inside against different angles and body shapes, his timing and preferred combinations can be disrupted. Matheus Cunha's positioning on the right reshaped the attack. Cunha is a different profile, more mobile, more inclined to drift wide or drop, which can be useful, but it also changed the angles for passes and runs the team had become accustomed to. When these pieces shift, the interplay that produces high-quality chances can vanish. Defensively, and crucially, Tottenham's late equaliser and winning moment exposed these subtle disruptions. When players are out of position or less comfortable, it creates gaps in transitional moments. That is what opponents exploit in the closing stages. Of course, a manager's decision rarely exists in a vacuum. Ruben Amorim may have had reasons, tactical nuance aimed at exploiting a perceived weakness, a plan to nullify a particular Tottenham threat, or a belief Cunha would stretch the defense in useful ways. Coaches often make calls that look wrong in hindsight when outcomes go against them. Amorim has urged his players to embrace risk and flair in recent coverage. Perhaps this was an attempt to create unpredictability. But unpredictability is a double-edged sword. It can produce unexpected success, or it can unsettle established rhythms, especially when players must perform unfamiliar roles in high-intensity environments. For the players involved, consequences vary. Mbeumo's effectiveness was questioned, but form is rarely static. A tactical repositioning may have limited his impact this time, but a return to his preferred zone could restore his influence. Cunha's role will be judged on his ability to create and finish chances, and on whether his movement proves more helpful than disruptive in future matches. Benjamin Sesko's benching is another storyline. Fans see him as a modern forward with physical presence and goal threat, so his omission raised further questions about selection logic. Squad depth and competition for places are positives in the long run, but they also bring pressure on managers to get starts and substitutions right. Beyond the tactical squabble, United's broader season narrative matters. After a summer of arrivals, Sesko, Cunha, and Mbeumo among them, expectations were high. Yet the club find themselves outside the top positions fans hoped for. The draw at Tottenham keeps the team level on points with Spurs, but goal difference separates the sides. Frustration over tactics merges with wider concerns about identity, momentum, and whether the squad is delivering under pressure. Every point now feels precious. Every selection choice gets magnified because the table is tight and momentum can swing quickly. For Amorim and his staff, these moments test conviction, communication, and the ability to steady the ship under scrutiny. Fan anger is immediate and raw, it's part of football's lifeblood. Supporters live in the present and react to visible mistakes. Management must respond, not necessarily by capitulating to calls for sackings or wholesale changes, but by offering clarity and demonstrating a plan. For long-term success, a manager must balance short-term fixes with a coherent strategy that players can internalize. Amorim's insistence on risk and flair might be part of a larger identity project. But identity needs consistency. Without it, even well-intentioned tactical gambles will look indecisive to supporters. Looking ahead, key questions arise. Will Amorim revert to more orthodox roles for his players, or will he persist with fluidity and risk? How will Sesko's situation evolve, more starts, or continued rotation? Can the squad translate moments of brilliance into consistent results? The next few matches are pivotal, they will shape the narrative and either calm the critics or intensify them. United's schedule does not offer easy breathing room. Every decision now carries added weight, and patience from fans could wear thin if points are dropped. Amorim's tactical tweak at Tottenham has split opinion. Some call it brave and forward-thinking, others see it as overthinking in a match that needed clarity and cohesion. The truth may sit somewhere in between, a calculated gamble that, this time, nearly fell apart but was salvaged by a late heroics. Was Amorim right to experiment, or did he cost United the victory?